I know the lighting's not optimal because I am outside, but like I wanted to film outside today, so let's put up with it. The sun is coming from this side, but I want the wall. I don't want to film that way. If I turn my camera, we'll have better lighting, but I'm more interested in being outside because inside is freezing cold. No AC on, okay? My AC is not on, but inside is just freezing. Y'all remind me to turn the water pump on after. So obviously I already have on like my skin prep, which is sunscreen and sprays and all kinds of other stuff. And so now I'm going to, ooh, in the mirror it's all right, but in the viewfinder, girl, y'all are not seeing what I'm seeing. Because everybody knows daylight is the best light. Now, the camera that I'm using is the Canon 6D Mark II. The car traffic by today is gonna be insane. This camera allows in optimal lighting. Like the lens on it is really good. It actually lets in quite a bit of light, but I'm in a shaded area because I didn't want to be melting. Despite the fact that I was just saying I'm freezing cold inside. Like from last night I was shivering, okay? And I'm not sick, but I'm shivering because it's winter. So it's a lot cooler than normal. I'm gonna use all the primers today, girl. So far I've used my e.l.f. primer, I've used my Fenty shadow primer, I've used my Fenty beauty primer, and now I'm using my NYX marshmallow primer. And so now I can blend everything. I'm gonna start with my nose because the eyeshadow primer is like a fast drying one. Nothing beats that marshmallow primer smell. Oh my god, it's so nice. And my skin looks so freaking fabulous. Oh my god. And so of course my next step is gonna be my orange concealer. I'm like so contemplating angling my camera. I don't want it to be like hard for you guys to watch, or maybe you're just like enjoying the scenery. There's no scenery, it's literally just a wall. Since I'm outside, I'm gonna actually add a little bit of my liquid kilowatt in Hustler Baby 2.0 just because why not? I'm already glistening like a freaking Christmas ornament, so I don't see why I shouldn't add a little extra beam. She's gorgeous. The kilowatt, not me. Not yet, at least. Not yet, girl. So I was showering and I was thinking to myself, like, while I was brushing my teeth, who invented the toothbrush? Because they did their big one, okay? They did their big one. Because, like, what would we be doing if they didn't invent the toothbrush? I'm sure we would have figured it out by now, but I was, like, actually, like, wow, yeah, thanks, toothbrush. So this is my first time using my Makeup Forever Step 1 primer outside, and it's so pretty. You guys are not gonna be able to see it, but there's little flecks of gold in it, and I had no idea. I've been using it inside pretty much my entire life and had no idea that it was reflective. Oh yeah, okay. I might have to move the camera again. I've positioned the camera 3 separate times. Ready? Or no, actually this is all right because even if you guys are looking at me from an angle, you could still kind of see what I'm doing. We now blend. And since I'm outside today, I didn't squeeze like most of the water out of my beauty blender because I figured the air was going to be blowing it a lot. Oh, too damn, because it's taking the product away, girl. Girl, please. She had the damn no, she didn't have 2 plates of spaghetti. She had spaghetti and then she was begging me for more spaghetti. And if you've seen the amount of spaghetti that I had originally gave her, I didn't even understand why she was asking for more spaghetti. Listen, Nola is a child that knows what she wants, okay? And you're not going to give her anything but what she wants. If she asks you for damn spaghetti first thing in the morning, that's what she's getting. Now, I had leftover spaghetti in the fridge, so that wasn't an issue. But that's 2 days in a row she asked for damn spaghetti for breakfast. And so I gave it to her. Okay, and so for foundation, you know I've been sticking to my MAC Face and Body. I think MAC Face and Body is really comparable to the Fenty Beauty foundation. And I'm going to give MAC a break today. No reason in particular, just trying to conserve. Now there is a MAC in Jamaica, so that's wonderful. If I run out of MAC, I can run to the store and get it. Hopefully they have my shade. They should have my shade. I mean, I'm sure they have all the black shades here. They probably have all the white shades too, because Jamaica has everybody, okay? Not just black people. So, but majority black, obviously. Praise the Lord. So, yeah. There's not a lot of Fenty Beauty left. This is shade 21. I don't have a tan when I should. So we're going to go with 21 today instead of... Wait a second. No, 21 is a darker one. This is going to be too dark. Where's 20? I have a lot more 20 than I do 21. 21 is my darker shade. So we're going to put that away. Okay, until maybe later today I can use it. But right now we're going to stick to 20 in the Fenty Beauty. And I'm just going to apply it directly to my skin. I feel like I'm in between shades, like I'm in between shoe sizes, girl. It's definitely a little warmer than my skin right now, but it's a pretty good, do we call this a foundation? I can't remember. No, it's a skin tint. It's not a foundation. So, oh my God. I'm supposed to be talking about freaking Love is Blind. I just remembered. I just remembered. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Love is Blind is a lot to freaking unpack, okay? A lot to unfreaking pack. First of all, let me start with this. I was pissed off. I'll tell you why I was pissed. I was pissed off because, I forgot. I was supposed to do my contour and then girl, I'm forgetting everything today. It's giving pregnancy brain. Ciao. I was pissed because I started watching the show. And of course, I was sat there anticipating 4 episodes. But they thought because they gave us 6 episodes last week, they could only give us 3 episodes this week, and that was some bull. Because I turned on my TV thinking I was going to get 4 good episodes. I also turned on my TV thinking I was going to get to see the Jessica drama, and I didn't see none of that. So we started off upset. Well, we didn't start off upset. We ended upset because once episode 3 ended and they started showing what's happening next week, I was like, girl, where's the rest of the show? What the hell? They tricked us. They deceived us, and I'm suing. Moving on. So let's just run it back couple by couple because I don't think anybody, like I told y'all, I don't think anybody is making it to the damn altar. Let's start from least problematic to most problematic. Even though I feel like 3 of the couples are in the exact same category or like level of being problematic. So this week on the show, the couples were pretty much meeting each other's like family, friends, whatever, okay? From the very beginning, Johnny and Amy proved to be like least problematic, least drama. They don't have a lot of drama. Johnny and Amy are not problematic at all. The biggest issue that they have really is that Amy has been dating chocolate men or Latino men. She's not been dating white men, so that's their biggest issue and their biggest hurdle, really. And I don't even really think that it's a hurdle per se. You know, she met Johnny's family and it all went well. I don't remember if he met her family. It went really well. Johnny and his sister are damn twins. That is Johnny with a wig on. That's all I know. Okay, they have literally the same head shape, face shape. They have an interesting look to them. They really do. They almost, to me, remind me of like Australian people. The family loves her or whatever, but their biggest hurdle this week was discussing childbirthing, birth control, and things of that nature. And so Johnny is really pushing birth control onto Amy, and we also discovered that Amy's like a crystal girl. She is Latina, so I actually was not surprised by this. Not stereotyping Latina people, just saying, like, I wasn't surprised when, you know, she said that she's been like into crystals since she was a child and blah, 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 blah. I don't necessarily know anything too much about crystals. That is not my ministry. Obviously, you know, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, okay? Yeah, I don't know too much about crystals. I know crystals have healing properties and things like that, but so does the blood of Jesus, okay? Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So does the blood of Jesus. Please. So pretty much that was a big deal. I don't really necessarily like Johnny's attitude about birth control because I'm definitely one of the women of the world that is not interested in no type of birth control, girl. Now, obviously, obviously, I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just abstain than have to like take any birth control. Men should be on birth control, not women. We don't need the birth control. The men need it. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that Johnny is like any girl that he dates, they take birth control. And that's pretty much what it's gonna be. She's like, she doesn't really want to, and he's like, you know, the financial side of things and blah 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 blah. Boring conversation. We really didn't care too much about that. Like, it's freaking birth control. I don't know why we're spending so much time on the topic. Somebody's beating a child. I'm just kidding. I don't know why the kid's crying. I'm just making that up. It's all alleged. I don't know what's gonna happen with those two. Obviously not wanting to get an abortion. She's like, if they're together still after like a year and they accidentally get pregnant because, you know, she's not on birth control and he, for whatever reason, is not gonna use a condom. Because the whole time they were talking about this, I was like, why can't they just use a condom? I don't understand why they can't use a condom. I'm very confused by this. Like, are condoms not an option? What is the problem with a condom? Like, if you don't want to get pregnant, I think that you need to compromise. You cannot just be like, well, if you're not going to get birth control, then we're just not going to be intimate. So they have not been intimate, which, I mean, if I was on the show, even if I was attracted to my person, I don't think I would necessarily be wanting to sleep with them right away. Like, we could build intimacy in other ways. I don't think you should necessarily just get in bed with the person, because there is the possibility that the relationship is not going to work. I mean, it's a very short process. They do anticipate or expect you to sleep with your partner, but we've seen it in the past where the relationships don't work and they slept together on honeymoon night, so, or like pre-honeymoon. We'll see what happens with those two, but like, their storyline is not one that I'm interested in. They're kind of boring, and I can't say that I see them lasting past the engagement, but I told you guys that from the last video. So Johnny and Amy, you don't even know them because they're so so moving right along, because everything after this went down freaking hell. Okay, like downhill. I can't believe I forgot that this is what I was supposed to be out here discussing, and I'm just over here willy-nilly talking about makeup products. Girl, get it together. Get it together. So for concealer, I'm going with my MAC Pro Longwear in NC42 and NC45. I think I talked about this recently, but like, you have to know how to manipulate this pump, because it's hard to get half a pump, a quarter of a pump out of this. You usually just get one full pump, and you don't want that sometimes. So you have to know how to lightly press to make a little bit come out, because you don't need as much NC42 as you do NC45. And I just love the way that the foundation and the concealer looks on my skin outside. I can see what the colors actually look like in real time versus when you're inside under your filming lights, and then when you come outside, it's two different things, girl. But over the years, you kind of learn how to make sure that you know, everything looks good under all different lights. Working with these concealers, I always work in sections because of how fast it dries. That's why I only did my under eye. Now, honestly, at this point, I could talk about any damn body, because like I said, everything went downhill. So let's just start with Clay and AD. Oop. So y'all already knew I had my reservations about Clay. I do not think he really does truly like dark-skinned women. He comes off as not genuine, okay? He comes off like he's faking the funk, putting on an act. I don't know if it's because he's a Virgo or what, because I find that Virgos can be that way. We're not just gonna group all the Virgos together, even though, like I said, I knew he was a Virgo the minute he opened his mouth, and I could see from his mannerisms and stuff, and then I was like questioning if he was straight or not, because I find that Virgo men tend to have this very sassy vibe, okay? And that's no shade to Virgo men, you know, it doesn't mean anything, but like, I just knew. So it must mean something. Girl, I don't know what it means, but it means something. Like, no, I don't know, it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. It's just an observation, right? Whenever he's talking to AD, like I told y'all, whatever he's selling, I'm not buying it. He could give me the money in my hand, $100 million, and tell me to purchase, and baby, I'm not buying it. I just don't believe him. What he putting down, I ain't picking up, period. So since I don't believe him, everything else that he does and says annoys me. And so in this episode, it was mad weird and mad awkward with all the couples. But there was a scene where him and AD were at dinner on like the beach, and out of nowhere he kind of just shut down. And AD was like questioning, like, what the hell, like, what is this, why is he acting like this? and she was trying to get to the bottom of it, and like he really didn't have much to say, but we were all watching at home like, girl, stay focused. Girl, stay focused. Yeah. We didn't really, he didn't have much to say, and we were very confused. The viewers were confused. AD was confused. If you don't stay focused, I'm gonna lose my everlasting mind. Stay focused, girl. So yeah, we were all confused at home. AD was confused, and she didn't really understand like where his head was at, because he made a comment like that he doesn't want to like disappoint her or let her down or something, which why are you saying this, you know? And so she was confused, because she was like, where's this coming from? So obviously it came off like he's been thinking about this. He's been thinking about, you know, the marriage failing. I mean, obviously that's very pessimistic, but the fact of the matter is it's a reality because of how they met and how they got married or engaged, right? It's a very high probability, higher than most cases, most marriage situations, right, that you will end up divorced at the end of this, because it's just not, you didn't learn the person before you married them or before you got engaged. You had a very short time to get engaged, so the probability of a divorce is very high and very likely. And based on past experiences on the show or past couples on the show, you see that the chances of divorce is high, period. Okay, so in that regard, he has, you know, valid concerns. I understand where he's coming from, but his concerns are not rooted in the success of the show or the non-success rate of the show. His concerns were actually rooted in his childhood and what he witnessed, okay? So pretty much we learn that his father's a player, okay? And his father was bringing him on like infidelity trips. Like, you can't make this up. This is crazy. What the hell? Like, what the hell? Why would your daddy do that? And so all he's seen is cheating. And so what I gathered from this conversation was that he is looking for his first victim. And AD, you need to run for the hills, ma'am. Okay, if you didn't already, girl, you need to run for the damn hills, because this man is looking for who he can get away with stuff with. And AD has already told us she's a fix-a-hoe, right? She's like, I'm a fix-a-hoe. She like is so ready to fix people. No, ma'am. Don't fix these niggas. You was not Bob the Builder, Babette. Girl, take it from me. Take it from me. You don't fix these niggas. Don't fix these men. Confirmation. The truck is driving by saying honk honk. Yes, the truck did not honk, but we're gonna pretend it did. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna do like a little eyeshadow moment because the pink look was so cute, but like I'm really not interested. I'm gonna take my one size powder and I'm going to set my face. Clay was pretty much telling AD that his example of a husband was no bueno, and he's like, I guess, afraid he's gonna make those same mistakes. And he's pretty much like asking for grace this early on. Like, are you like letting me know you're gonna be cheating? Then on top of that, AD met his mom and his sister. His sister kind of surprised me. She had like face tattoos, like she kind of surprised me. We don't know what this man does for a living, but apparently he's an apparently he's an entrepreneur. Apparently he don't be coming home, and that's a problem. And so AD is like, we have to make time for what's important to us. And I agree with this 100%, especially because they're just learning each other, right? But he was trying to like, his attitude at that table was very wrong. And so his mom, I thought she was gonna say something crazy, but she did not. So she led with like, you know, she kind of has to respect his schedule, but at the same time, he does need to put in an effort and, you know, make that time for AD, because he can't be not coming home just because the work is far and he got to take a ferry and all these things and take a sailboat and all these things. And I'm like, what the hell this nigga do for work? What's he running, Airbnb? Like, what boat? What is happening? I was very confused. I still don't know what he did. One of my members was like, she feels like he does nefarious business. I'm like, girl, I'm right with you. I'm confused what this man's job is. Can somebody let us know? If you know this man, can you let us know what his employment is? especially since he's an entrepreneur. And then AD works at the club, and so she does nightlife, and so he was trying to bring that into the equation and saying, like, you know, she didn't really start going back to work yet, but when she does, their schedules are not gonna go together. So my loves, I asked both of them, why did you sign up for the damn show if you know that your schedule is crazy like that? Like, if you're not gonna switch careers and have a job that allows you to have a partner, because, like, realistically, if my man is working nightlife, I don't know that I'm gonna be down for the cause. And if my man is gonna be working this random job that he don't come home, and, you know, we don't have much contact in the day, like, how do we have a relationship? What is the point? Like, what is the actual freaking point? This is what I'm not understanding. And his attitude about it is very off-putting. He don't want to compromise and adjust and you know, consider the fact that he is not single anymore. And that's a problem, because why did you get married if you weren't ready to do that? Marriage, it requires sacrifice, period. So if you not finna sacrifice nothing, if you not finna bend to create a happy environment, then you need not be married, okay? Which is why I won't be married. Because I am not compromising, okay? I'm not. So, like, you're not gonna see me signing up for this damn show. That's for damn sure. Single and not ready to mingle, period. But you cannot be getting married and then be like, well, this is my schedule, so you just gonna have to put up with it. No. Even if that was your schedule before, this is not your life anymore, because now you have to consider me, and you have to consider whatever life we're trying to build together if we want to be a power couple. Because everybody on this damn show thinks that they're the top couple, and it's a damn lie from the pit of hell. Okay, y'all is not the top couple, and none of y'all are looking good. Okay, y'all thought you were the top couple just to end up in shambles by the end of this episode. Sorry, by the end of the third episode. Oh my gosh. The first 2 episodes were pretty much filler episodes, and I was just like, I am bored. Bring on the singles. Like, bring on the people that got rejected, because that's what I want to see. And so, you know, I was kind of checked out and just waiting for drama to pop off. Which is how you know the show has gone to poop, because I should be waiting to see people fall in love and be happy and be married, but I am waiting for drama to happen. This is horrible. Maybe this says more about me than it does about the show. No, the show has gone to the crapper, period. Was there anything else about these two outside of the fact that this man, he's difficult, most likely going to cheat? And I mean, I could see it from the very beginning, because he reminded me of Chris from Married at First Sight. If you guys didn't see that season, I talked a little bit about it on one of my videos. I think the title was Married to a Narcissist or something like that. Chris was horrible. Chris was freaking horrible. Okay, he kept sleeping with her knowing he not attracted to her. Like, he kept doing the most. No, seriously, if you have not seen Married at First Sight, Chris was also an entrepreneur. He was a black man. There was a pregnancy scandal, and the girl's name was Paige. Chris and Paige. It was a mess, okay? And the minute that I saw Clay and how he acted in the pods, I was like, yeah, no. Pack it the hell up. He reminds me of Chris, and he's got to go. He's got to go. But they can't hear me through the screen, so we must suffer. There was a little beach party, and all the couples were there, and Jeremy had actually went to go talk to Paige. Sorry, not Paige, girl. Jeremy went to go talk to AD, and he kind of like was just casually talking about how Clay kind of shuts down, and so AD was like really relieved by the end of that conversation, because she's like, oh my god, I thought it was me. So to hear that he was behaving like that in the pods makes her feel a lot better about her situation, because she thought that he was like maybe losing interest, yada yada yada. Well, the secret is, girl, he's not really interested, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna act like that's not the issue. And we're gonna act like she's not his guinea pig. We're gonna come back to Jeremy, because, girl, Jeremy, oh my god. Let me tell you something about these people with names that start with J. Problem friggin' matic, okay? I have a theory. You can ask any damn buddy in the damn Discord. And they be seeing it, they be clocking it. People that have names that start with J are very problematic. A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. If their name starts with J, for whatever reason, they are just problematic. So when the season was beginning, and Jessica and Jimmy were talking. I had said in my watch party, I'm like 2 J names. All hell is about to break loose. That's what I said. And do you know what happened? All hell broke loose. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. Jeremy also, not only does he have a J name, but his name Jeremy is spelled in an interesting way. Double problematic. We're gonna do a little study on narcissism and the letter J and see what happens. Okay, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna gather up all my information that I have that I've been researching over the last couple of years and tell y'all about this letter J and how problematic people are with this letter. Okay, on the topic of J, let's talk about Jimmy and freaking Chelsea. Y'all already know I don't like Chelsea. Y'all already know. Okay, I'm not too keen on Jimmy either, but Chelsea is the real problem here. She is manipulative. What is he hollering about, girl? She's manipulative. She's a liar. She's delusional. And I just do not like her. I can't stand her. Now I'm using Hustler Baby. Jimmy works from home, right? And apparently, I don't know what he does either. I can't remember what his job title is. But apparently he be having meetings all damn day. And so he has a room in his house. Oh, that's the other thing. They also all went to see each other's respective apartments this week. So everybody has their own place. Chelsea has a roommate. Jimmy does not. Jimmy has a nice apartment. You know, he thinks it's too small for 2 people, but it's a lovely apartment. Everybody's apartment was nicely clean. I remember on one episode of, I don't know if it was Married at First Sight or something, somebody had roaches and all kinds of girls. I said, huh? He was nasty. Okay. He was absolutely disgusting and shameless. Like shameless. He could have sent somebody over there to clean that place. It was disgusting. Like literally so nasty. Not only did he have roaches, he had bed bugs. Girl, that was a messy ass show. What was that, Married at First Sight or Love is Blind? It was so nasty. She is beaming today, girl. Beaming. We on an ultralight beam. We're just gonna make it all beam. All right. Make the baby stop crying, please, girl. You ruining my video. Of course, we're gonna go with pink blush. So because he works from home, he was working all day, and Chelsea's friends came over and he met Chelsea's friends. And so they were like questioning him about stuff or whatever. Chelsea ends up telling them about like their little love story and pretty much tells her friends about his other connection. And she also tells them about, I think she told them about him seeing Jessica's Instagram or whatever. When she told her friends the story, she was telling them how when he got into the argument with Jessica and then she came into the pod right after, he told her that he loved her. I said, girl, you don't realize that's a red damn flag? He just got into an argument with this other connection and now he's telling you he loved you? Ma'am. But she loved it, didn't she? That's what she wanted to hear. And then her friends asked her if she said it back and she said yes. And I'm like, I don't remember it going that way, so maybe they just didn't air it, but she never said I love you back to this man. She did not. She was too in shock because her other connection also had told her, Mr. Trevor had also told her he loved her, and she didn't say back to him either. They never showed her telling them that she loves them. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you guys remember her saying it back? Because I didn't. I remember thinking like, oh, she didn't say it to either of them, because she was waiting to say it back to whoever engaged or proposed to her. And Jimmy hadn't proposed at the time, but he did tell her that he loved her, so she did not say it back. I don't know why she lied. Because she's a liar. Anyway, he meets the friends. The friends like him, you know, they're just talking about it. And then he talks about how she lied about who, you know, she looks like. She's like, who do I get on the plane all the time? And then her friends were like confused. They were like, Carrie Underwood? I said, Carrie Underwood? Not Jesus Take the Wheel herself. No. That lady don't look nothing like Carrie, and she don't look nothing like Megan Fox. I don't know why people are lying to this woman's face about who she looks like. She does not look like these people. And then Jimmy had the audacity to say, I could see Carrie Underwood. Sir, where? Where? I was screaming. I'm like, no, we're not going to keep playing this game. I'm getting upset for my good sis Megan and my good sis Carrie. Like, the Carrie Underwood? Where does she look like Carrie Underwood? Girl. Please. And then everybody's talking about how she looked like damn Natalie Nunn and Megan Fox had a baby. I said, y'all are wrong. She looks like Chelsea, whatever her last name is, Blackwood or something like that. She looks like Chelsea. She don't look like anybody but Chelsea, okay? And that's okay. Of course, she didn't waste any time bringing out the crazy. You know, this is a woman that loves to complain. So after her friends leave, That baby is so upset. After her friends leave, she gets to complaining. She gets to complaining and starts complaining to her. Child, this is worse than my house. She gets to complaining and telling this man he hasn't kissed her enough for the day and blah, blah, blah. The man was at work, girl. Like, give it a freaking rest, okay? And so this is why I say she's very manipulative, because she starts complaining to him. He's being apologetic. He comes and he kisses her. He's talking about how he, you know, he bit the inside of his lip eating all them damn taquitos, girl. And so he not really trying to kiss that much. I think it's an excuse, but that's neither here nor there. He's always talking about how he has told her more than any of the other guys how much he loves her and how happy he is, and always reassuring her. And I think that's very annoying. Like, nobody should need that much reassurance. If you need that much reassurance from your other person, you need therapy. You don't need to be in no damn relationship. You need damn therapy, okay? He's constantly reassuring this woman about how he feels, but obviously, me at home, I take his reassurance to her as he trying to convince himself that he loved this woman or that he's attracted to her or whatever. Even though he has said on multiple occasions he is attracted to her, baby, just like Clay, I ain't bi. He might be attracted to her, but he was most definitely disappointed that she did not look like Megan Fox, which is affecting how attracted he is to her. Because if she never said that, he might actually genuinely be attracted to her. But every time he look at her now, he can be like, this heifer don't look nothing like no damn Megan Fox, and be pissed off. Because I would be. Because just imagine you're in the pods, right? And the guy on the other side tells you that he looks like Tyler LaPlay, and when you see him, he don't look like Tyler, he look like Drake. You're gonna be pissed. And I say that because they say that Drake is Tyler's evil twin. Or that Tyler's the sexy version of Drake, which is, you know, they say that Tyler is what Drake thinks he looks like, which is hilarious. But obviously Drake is not that. Drake is not ugly, you know, but he just not Tyler, okay? And so if some man come tell me, oh yeah, I look like Tyler LaPlay, and then I see him and he look like who done it and why, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so turned off because now I think you're a liar. You know, that boy's a liar. Okay, I'm gonna think you're a freaking liar. So, you know, it's gonna be hard for the relationship to progress at that point. But that's just me. That don't have to be Mr. Jimmy, right? That don't have to be Jimmy. But I think that it's probably 90% of people. I think it's 90% of people that would be like thinking, what the hell is wrong with the person that I fell in love with in the pods? Why would they lie like that? Unprovoked. Because that was an unprovoked lie. And also, if you don't believe it, because this was Megan, this was Chelsea's thing. Chelsea says she doesn't see it, she doesn't believe it. Then why are you telling him that? You're manipulative. I'm gonna just call it like I see it, honestly. They get into like a little heated argument in the kitchen, right? Because she's really like going hard about how he's not affectionate enough and he's not kissing her enough and telling her he loves her enough and all these things. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Because the viewers at home, we fed up of him telling her so damn much. So I don't know why she's saying that he's not telling her enough, because it's a damn bold-faced lie. Is that baby in pain? Like, is this for real? I'm about to go knock on the damn door and ask if she needs some help, child. Because what the hell is happening to the baby? Child. Ooh, child. I might have to turn this off. Hold on. No, I'm using my Jackie Aina palette, but I'm pretty sure you guys can't see what the hell I'm doing anyway, so that's irrelevant. Jimmy and freaking Chelsea. So Jimmy and Chelsea... I know. So yeah, Chelsea is doing the damn most and, you know, saying that the man doesn't do what he needs to do and assure her how she wants him to assure her. And I'm like, no, you're delusional, because the man is doing too much reassurance. And so then she starts like crying. But watch what she does next. So then she starts crying and she's like, I went upstairs and I had sex with you, and then you come and tell me I'm clingy? I'm clingy? I don't want to be engaged to somebody that thinks I'm clingy and all these things. And I'm just like, send the fire freaking brigade, okay? Spray this lady down. Spray her with water, because what is she talking about? Like, You are clingy, ma'am. You're stage 5 at that. Because you're doing too damn much. Like, the man just finished working. He doesn't even get time to like decompress after work because your friends are there to interrogate him after he was just in meetings all day. He already did a meeting. He don't want to be in another meeting. Okay? Like, girl. And then you're going to start your damn waterworks. Every time she's on my screen, I want to turn off the damn show. All shade. All freaking shade. Like, I shouldn't have to be subjected to this. Could I just turn my TV off? Abso-freaking-lutely. I could. Am I going to? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's absolutely not fair. And so she definitely reminds me of Danielle from season 2, which is a big part of the reason that the lawsuit happened that I told you guys about. Did you guys watch the video? So, yeah, problematic behavior, and we really need to just rally together and save Jimmy. We need to save Jimmy, okay? Because this is crazy behavior. Yeah, she's acting insane and, you know, cusses Jimmy out because she most definitely had sex with him and then threw it in his face because he called her clingy. I mean, he's pretty much like, okay, like, what more do you want from me? Because I'm doing everything, I'm trying, and it's not enough for you. She's draining. Like, she's literally draining. It's giving Python spirit for real. She was doing the most, and she then, we didn't see it, but she pretty much, you know, I guess threatened to leave. And so because she threatened to leave, or she said she was gonna leave, Jimmy decided he's gonna leave instead. And he went to, I don't know where. The next day when he came back, thinking it was sweet because they got time to cool off, and like he was texting her throughout the night and saying I love you, like, you know, even though he wasn't there in the physical, he was still making sure that she was okay because he left. He comes back in the morning, he got his coffee, he's thinking he's gonna have a regular conversation with this woman. She starts manipulating him again, and I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible, this is insane. So she starts with her foolishness again, and, you know, by the end of the conversation it was okay because he was like how he wants her to initiate sex. So, like, even though he said that, he didn't mean it that way. BS. Okay, he was just trying to save face at that point. He meant it exactly how he said it, and that's just the end of that. Uh-oh. Is Nola in there hollering down the place? Now Nola's hollering, girl. I can't. We can't switch crying from... We can't switch houses now. Leave the crying to the other baby. Like I said, by the end of that conversation, they were okay. They were good. But she was definitely manipulating him again and was saying, bringing up the clingy thing again. Like, she just wanted to have this argument all over again. And he was like, the look on his face was like, oh my god, like, is this for real? Is this ever going to end? You know? So they, I guess, apologized to each other. She met his friends. His friends really like her. He has 2 close girlfriends that, I think he's only known them for 2 years and they're his best friends, and I think that this is strange, but we gonna see his other friends, okay? Because this is weird. We gonna see them probably at the wedding. Enough about these 2, because like I said, draining AF. Let's move on to Brittany and Kenneth. If you guys recall, in my last video, I said I had a little theory about Mr. Kenneth, but I was still rooting for him because I liked their vibe, but their vibe was giving friendly because they don't be touching. In this episode, he talks to her about the whole race thing. She has always dated outside of her race. She confirmed that, okay? So her family is used to her dating black men. He, however, has not brought a white person home. I definitely had my reservations about him. I thought he was a little sweet. And then when I'm witnessing him not touch her, I'm further even thinking that, okay? So they have this conversation about race, and, you know, she reassures him, but I don't like his tone. Like, his tone was irritating me the whole episode, and I was like, I don't like the way he's saying some of these things to her, and like pretty much saying like he has to like see it in action. Like he can't just take her word for it, pretty much, which I understand it's a sensitive topic, right? But that wasn't even the worst of it. So they have this conversation, fine, conversation ends. But then they go on this date and it's mad awkward. They're not talking. They're on a freaking yacht. They're not talking. And he's not touching her. He sat over here. She sat over there. She's looking over at the water. He looking over at the water. Child, it's just like, whoa, this is crazy. So do y'all talk at home? Like, because now, is it because the cameras are there? Like, they're not talking. And then all of a sudden, they see dolphins in the water. And then a conversation starts. And he's talking about dolphins and how he had a dolphin keychain. And he fell in love with dolphins and yada, 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 yada. And he's been swimming with them in the Bahamas and all these things. And then he's talking about dolphins. And he has the nerve to say, see, now you got me talking. Sir, about dolphins? You don't have nothing else to say? And she don't have nothing else to say? Like, it was just mad awkward. So they get to talking or whatever. And then on the other part of the yacht, she addresses the same concerns I had, which was that he is not affectionate at all. And he doesn't touch her and yada, yada. And he was trying to say that he feels like he is like smothering her. Sir, we've not seen you touch her not once. Like, it's that bad. And so she brings up and, you know, she ends up laying in his arms and they discuss the affectionate thing. And I guess from there, he's supposed to take more effort or do more things to make her feel comfortable, touch her, because she likes to touch. At one point, when they were talking about the dolphins, she was craving touch so bad that she got up and touched him. Like, she grabbed onto his arm so that they could talk. And I was like, this is so sad to watch. But you see how observant I am, because just in like the everyday scenes, like when they were at the spa, he had a drink in his hand, and he was holding his drink in between his legs, like just sat there on the spa table, and she was sat beside him, and like it's almost like he actively always has something in his hand so that he doesn't have to touch her. And I'm watching this and I'm just like, okay, sir. Okay, this is your wife. Your whole wife, like not some random girl, your wife. It doesn't matter how they met. That's your wife. Touch her. The honeymoon's over. So now they go back to Charlotte, right? And so they didn't show the episode like this, but this is how I'm telling y'all. I'm going couple by couple. So when they get back to Charlotte now, they get their phones back. Girl, this was a mess. He was talking about how he's so happy to have his device back. I didn't realize they didn't have them on vacation. And I didn't realize they were going to get them back either. But he got his device back. Because on these reality shows, typically you don't get to have your phone. They gave him his phone back, and he was on his phone just the whole time. Like, she would be talking to him, he don't even respond because he's not hearing her, because he's just like scrolling or texting or doing something. I said, this is not okay. And so she was like, she asked him like if he wanted this side of the drawer or that side of the drawer. She waited for a response. He didn't respond. Like, he was just checked completely out. And then the next day, he went to go get his hair done. Obviously, as a black person, you know, girl, that's an all-day thing. But, like, it's going to take a few hours to get your hair done. And his hair is a longer length, so he was getting his hair twisted. So he goes to get his hair done, but then he spends the whole day out. He claims he went to see his mentor. And when he said his mentor, I'm like, my suspicions about this man, I just know what I be saying. Okay, so, allegedly. So, when he said he had a mentor, I'm like, mentor. Okay, yeah, okay. She is pretty much addressing her concerns about him not being available, and she doesn't feel like, you know, they're craving each other the way that they were in the pods. And he was like, for you. I said, are you red? So when he says, for you, I'm like, oh, this man is rude. He's disrespectful. He's not listening. He's minimizing. And he about to flip this. Whatever concern she had, he just flipped them on her 100%. Like, and she was just like, they're like having to just agree. And I felt so bad for her. Like, I was actually genuinely feeling so bad for this woman, because I'm just like, how did he do that? He literally a lot. And the response that he gave her was this. What I'm hearing from you right now is you are not ready for the caliber of man that I am. And I said, what the hell are you talking about? That's not what she said at all. And so he pretty much put himself up here, put her down here, and then told her this is not gonna work, broke up with her, then made a phone call to a male, allegedly, and said, what's up, bro? I'm about to get my stuff and be over there. I said, yeah, this nigga gay. This nigga gay. Okay, allegedly. I'll be right back.
I know we got breeze.
Whatever. What's the difference?
Breeze and we not. You remember the bag thing yesterday?
Oh, don't even piss me off. I was buying some jerk chicken yesterday, and I was waiting for the guy to come back, and so I could ask for a bag. Oh no, because I bought soup from him. And I'm like, can I please have a bag? And he's like, can I please have a bag? I'm like, yo, idiot boy, give me that bag. No, I was like, why are you mocking me? Yes, can I please have a bag? He's like, it's not a bag, a bag. I'm like, listen, sir, just give me the freaking bag and let me go. He said, there you go. Like, sir, that is like these Jamaican men think that that's how you flirt with me. Like, no, don't correct me before I cuss you in your native tongue, and then you're sat there wondering why you bothered me to begin with.
No.
You don't want me to what? You don't want me to eat that one?
No.
Why? Are you gonna eat it?
No, I don't want you to eat it. I have to eat it.
What? So who's gonna eat it, Grandma?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Grandma's not gonna eat it. Grandma's eating sugar cane.
Diabetes.
Do you wanna build a snowman?
No, you get in that jelly room.
Where? I missed it. So yeah, as I was saying, I felt so freaking bad for her. I was like, no, she did not deserve none of that. That man was a walking red flag from the very beginning. And yeah, he called up some person and went over there. And why I didn't think that made sense was because, remember, this was the week that we saw everybody's apartment. So he has his own apartment to go to. Why is he calling this person and telling them he's about to get his stuff and be over there? Not to say he can't go to his friend's house, but like, if you are leaving your partner after something like that, wouldn't the first place you go be to your apartment? And because you're at now your shared apartment, wouldn't you go to your own apartment? Why do you need to go and be in somebody else's company right now? And so the whole time he was on the damn phone scrolling and stuff, I said, this man is on Grindr. This man is on Grindr. Why he is not paying attention to this woman? Because first of all, if you check, Brittany got some yams on her, okay? Brittany got some yams on her. So I don't know what's going on. And he kept talking about God, too, the agreement that they had between God. And keep in mind, when he came home at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, I don't know what the hell time it was. He came home at a really late time and she was already sleeping. And he tried to wake her up. And when she was bringing up intimacy, she did not mean sex. She actually meant just intimacy. There's so many ways to be intimate with your partner that are not sexual. And so he was trying to say, like, when he's in the mood, she might not be, and talking about how when he came home the other day, like, he was in the mood, but then said it wasn't even really sex. Sir, what are you talking about? It's 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. What the hell are you waking me up for? I just want to add that this is a very common tactic that narcissists that are withholding sex will use, because if they approach you at an inconvenient time, like, for instance, waking you up out of your sleep when they just got home, they know you're probably already upset with them, and they know you're going to refuse the sex or the intimacy. So then they can later blame you for why you guys are not being intimate because you rejected them, which is BS, right? And so this is the tactic that he was using in this moment. You was not home. Don't wake me up. I'm sleeping. Okay? You decided you want to stroll in here like a damn stray cat and wake me up to do what? Pump me and dump me? Sir, move around. Okay? And so I didn't like that for Miss Brittany at all. Horrible, horrible pickings. And, you know, I hope she finds love, because when I tell you, I did not anticipate that conversation was going to end with them breaking up. I thought that she was going to address her concerns and he was going to be like, okay, I'm a do better by her. No. That's not what happened at all. He said, I'm too much man for you. I'm too much man for you. Mom, it was crazy. I'm too much man for you. You can't handle it, and I hope you find what you're looking for. It was very rude and dismissive, and I didn't like none of it. And he easily became the villain instead of Matt, because you know Matt is the villain, girl. I hope there's not one woman in that man's DM, because that's the other thing we were discussing too. Me and my members. Oh, he is a piece of work. He didn't ring straight to me anyway, so she's dodging a bullet. Okay, she is dodging a bullet because he was not interested in that woman. He was there to waste her time, and he successfully did that. Because the truth of the matter is, if you are in the church and everybody's asking you, oh, where your girl at, where your girl at, he was trying to find a quick way to shut everybody up, okay? And it didn't work out. So I'm glad he broke up with her, because she deserved way better, and it's better that she find out then that he is an a-hole than, you know, make it past the altar and he's an a-hole. These men are so good at hiding their true identity to make it out of the pods. And once they make it out of the pods, it's like they're completely different people. I'm sure maybe they're not attracted to the people that they are with. But like I said in my last video, why are you signing up for this show if you know you're not going to get past physical attraction? This is not a show for you. And it seemed like a common theme that the men, once they got back to Charlotte, were just deciding they're not coming home. Like, what is going on? So after that catastrophe happened, we go over to Jeremy and Laura. And you know, with Jeremy and Laura, we obviously thought that they were both childish in their own way. They met each other's families. Or did they meet each other's family? He met Laura's family, and she definitely threw him under the bus at one point, because, you know, she brought up the Sarah Ann issue, how Sarah Ann DM'd him despite knowing that he's now engaged. You know, she DM'd him and he didn't respond to it, but he put a heart on it, like he reacted to it to acknowledge that he saw it. But like the message was pretty much like, hey, if things don't work out, you know, come holla at me, I would like to meet you, kind of thing. And she didn't like that too much, and he told her right away. He was transparent with it, but she still found an issue with it because he shouldn't have put the heart on it, because that's like saying, okay, I will. Right? So, I mean, it made sense, but she shouldn't have told her family about that because it was petty. He didn't realize that, you know, acknowledgement of that message is still kind of problematic. And so, yeah, she told her family, like her mom and her dad and her sister and her sister's husband. But like, it seemed like her family, especially like her sister and her sister's husband, were on Jeremy's side. That meeting went well. But by the end of the episode, episode 3, that is, we realized that trouble in paradise was imminent. Now let me put my lipstick on. So we could talk like grown-ups. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. She needs a damn nap.
Oh my God.
And it's the perfect time too, because a nap this early, she's not going to stay up that late.
Yeah.
Even if she does, she watch it herself, because I'll be sleeping. I don't work after hours to watch children, okay? I do not. If Nola decides that she's taking a nap in the daytime and she wants to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm ready to go to bed at 12, she gonna watch herself. The iPad and her can watch each other, because she's not gonna leave the room or anything like that. She gonna stay. And I'm a pretty light sleeper. That's true too. I'm a pretty light sleeper, so, you know. Okay, so the last time we saw Jeremy and Laura, everything was fine. So when we see them in this last scene, he's sitting on the couch with his sunglasses on. And literally, I was like, why does this man always have his sunglasses on? What is he hiding? He think he did it? Okay. And so when I see that he has the sunglasses on, that's what I said. And then she comes downstairs and she got an attitude. And now I realize he got an attitude too. And I'm just thinking like, okay. So they start talking. So she starts pressing him about the night before. She's asking him questions. But one thing these men don't seem to get is if your lady is asking you questions, baby, she probably already knows the answers. And so he sat there answering her questions but not being forthcoming. And so he puts it out there that, you know, when he was on his way to where he was supposed to go, the guys that were from the pods messaged him and told him location change, then messaged him again and told him, by the way, Sarah Ann is over here. And so he said he was gonna turn and go back home, but then he's like, why would I let somebody ruin my experiences and all these things? So he decided he's gonna go anyway. So she came up to him when they were out. She said hi, and then she went away, and then he went pretty much chasing after her to go have a talk. So long story short, he ends up staying out till 5 o'clock in the morning. His wife, Laura, is like, the bar closes at 2. What the hell were you doing till 5 o'clock in the morning? And baby, I would be lying if I said I wasn't watching this part of the damn thing triggered as hell, because I've had these same conversations and I'm just like, oh my god, I know exactly what she was feeling in those moments. Like, you son of a you know what, you know? And so she's talking to him, she's paging him, she's pressing him. He's not being forthcoming. And then he tries to pretty much lie and say that he was in the parking lot of the club or the bar the whole time. And then he's like, he tries to even tell her, like, I shared my location with you so you would know where I was. And she was like to him, sir, I was sleeping at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm sleeping at the time. What am I going to be doing? Checking your location? And then she's like, I don't even want to be engaged to somebody that I have to even check their location, you know, throughout the night because I can't trust them or whatever, right? And I'm like, points were made. Okay, like, she was making some valid points. And so once she made her points and she's still pressing him and pretty much telling him to explain himself, get off my cup, he continues to try to lie to her. And then when he tries to tell her that him and Sarah Ann were just talking in the parking lot, she said, no, you weren't. And then she tells him exactly where he was, which was north of Uptown or something like that. And she's like, and that's where Sarah Ann lives. Baby, she didn't walk out the damn, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, oh, he was at Sarah Ann's house till 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even gonna let you try to convince me that you weren't over there humping, okay? Or hunching. Like, I'm not even gonna allow you to insult my intelligence, because even if you weren't, respectfully coming home at an indecent, ungodly hour and you were spending it with somebody that you had a relationship with is just not okay ever in any situation, scenario. I can't even think. Chat, I don't care if the lady leg broke and you had to bring her to the hospital, drop her off at the hospital and bring your ass home. Like, huh? 5 o'clock in the morning? Did I say this was a 77 millimeter lens? Sorry, I meant 105 millimeter lens. That's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, Jeremy cheated on Laura, and they ain't making it to no damn decision day because they're not even making it out of the damn engagement. They're not making it anywhere. This is crazy. So that's pretty much all that happened this week on Love is Blind. And like I said before, I ain't got a lot of hope stored up in me for the couples of this season. I think we need a new show. I think we need a new show because the experiment no longer works, and it's time that we accept this. We shouldn't be tuning in for the drama, okay? We originally were tuning in to see people fall in love, and we're not seeing that anymore. All we're seeing is people crashing and freaking burning at extremely high rates and paces. So yeah, we'll see what happens once the singles come, because Jessica met up with Laura and she was talking about how Jimmy sent her a friend request, and then once she saw the friend request, but she didn't do anything with it, and then he was petty and removed the friend request, but she had already seen it. And so the girls in my membership were saying that Chelsea probably caught that play and told him that he has to remove the friend request, because why are you requesting her as a friend, sir? Ciao. It's about to be real messy next week, so I will see you guys next week for I'm pretty sure the rest of the season, and maybe the reunion. I don't know. We'll see. I love you all so much. Tell me what you guys think about all this drama in my comment section below, and I will definitely see you in the next one.